reaction that Elizabeth had from, finding out basically that she's been alive for more than 3,000 years. She's a goddess and she reincarnates and she's cursed. So, her reaction was kind of intriguing from this chapter, and even Zeldris was kind of shocked. But then again, it kind of makes sense to her character. However, I was expecting something different, I really was. But to be honest, we didn't really get the whole entire scope. So this chapter in Nanatsu Taizai was pretty awesome. But before we get into the gripes of all what happened in this chapter, I've got a couple of things to say. Now, Dreyfus, I don't know what's going on with your hair, but I don't hate it, but I'm also not wowed by it. I'm feeling rather conflicted. I slightly think it's cool, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of digging the haircut that Dreyfus has right now. But other than that, there was another thing which I wanted to say, and that was, how nostalgic it was seeing the Seven Deadly Sins in their armor? How awesome just seeing that. I was just like, that just looks cool, because it just brought back the memories of the Nanatsu, the old days, at the beginning of the series when we saw the flashbacks and all that kind of stuff from 10 years ago. So it's pretty cool seeing them in the armor, and it's a well expected surprise. I didn't think we'd ever see them again in it, but pretty much this chapter kind of draws the scope on what's actually happening next arc. And obviously we know that they're going into Camelot, and yeah, they're pretty much invading the place. They're going out there to wreck some havoc. But before that, obviously Meliscula is on the horizon. So mind blown right now. She's alive. Now I think we need to ask the question, how is she alive? Because does she have 7 hearts or does she have 6? I'm not really sure. I know that some demons have 7, but not every single demon has 7. So if she has 6, then what? Did Ban take out 5 and only break her neck? I'm really a bit confused on that. And obviously, a lot of people are saying that all of the 10 commandments are revived, because Nakaba Sensei did say in one of his chapters a couple of weeks ago, he did say that the 10 commandments are revived. I think he said that after the flashback arc. So I just took that comment with a grain of salt, I really did. But now that we're seeing Meliscula back, Meliscula, I don't even know how to say her name, but let's get over that. Now that she's back, I'm really wondering, okay then, are all the 10 commandments alive? Are we gonna be seeing Galland again? To be honest, I don't know how he's gonna come out of that stone, but Merlin did it, so some things are possible. But yeah, it really does make me wonder, because one of the questions which popped up to me, that I was thinking about, if all of the 10 commandments are alive again, I'm thinking, are the ones that died going to even be much of a threat? Because we know that the 7 deadly sins, some of them have actually even increased in power, increased in strength since then. So, since the last confrontation. So, are even the 10 commandments that were dead and now back, are they even going to pose a threat? I really don't know. So, I really am intrigued for what Nakaba Sensei is actually going to do. Pretty much, in my opinion, the only 10 commandments that are threatening is obviously Estarossa, still to an extent, Zeldris, and that's pretty much it. I was gonna... Not Meliscula, no, not... we can't say Galland, and we don't really know what's happening with Dolor and Gloxinia, so it's pretty much Estarossa and Zeldris. Am I forgetting some people? Oh, Derriere and Montpierre. So it'll be pretty cool to see them again, but still, I only see, Zeldris and Estarossa as major threats. I don't really see anyone else. So only time can tell, to be honest. But other than that, this chapter was pretty cool. It was kind of, it did focus a little bit on Zeldris and Elizabeth, but can I just say, I'm loving Zeldris. Every time we get him in a chapter, he is just freaking awesome. His character and his presence is just so hype. And I love it the way Nakaba Sensei drawed him. He was just think of your sins, and basically banished her. Obviously, she kind of dispelled the curse, but I just found that so hype. I'm really loving Zeldris' character all the more. So I really can't wait to see. To be honest, I said it last review. I want to see a Meliodas and Zeldris fight. I want to see a confrontation between that. But once again, it kind of seems like all the hatred that Zeldris has, towards what all happened 3,000 years ago is mainly directed at Elizabeth. Now, we do know that Zeldris still has some feelings towards Meliodas, some negative ones, because the last time that they met, Meliodas tore off his, no, Zeldris tore off Meliodas' arm. So we do know that there's still a little bit of anger that Zeldris has, but I think it's more directed at Elizabeth, less than Meliodas. Like, don't get me wrong, Zeldris still has anger, I think, at Meliodas, but, you know, primarily at Elizabeth. But yeah, I can't wait to find out all about that. Now, okay, something's familiar. Do we know about this land? The city of Corinth or something? I don't know, but at first I was gonna say, is that the place from like 3,000 years ago? You know, like the flashback and all that kind of stuff. But then I think headquarters of Stigma was in Leones. So then I really don't know. But however, Gopher said something. Gopher said, maybe I can. No, I think Gopher was like, oh, it's there. And then obviously in one of the panels, someone said, oh, can I take a pit stop? Now, we don't know who said that. I'm going to assume it's Gopher. At first I thought it was Meliodas, but so yeah, I think it's Gopher. But if Gopher is talking about it and he's kind of alluding like he knows something about it, I'm thinking it's got to do with original Gopher. Maybe that's where, you know, when we had the side story of Gopher and he was, oh no, sorry, I was gonna say maybe it was where he was in the basement, but that was Leonis, that was the castle. So yeah, it can't be Stigma because obviously Sigma headquarters was in Leonis. So I'm really intrigued about this. Meliodas said it was a great massacre, so I have to think. Like, I think it has to be got to do with the demon clan and the goddess clan. Like, there must be nothing else related to it. But other than that, the fact that they're going to Camelot, it seems like that's what we're going to be that's what's going to be happening next. Obviously, after the Meliscula thing, and I'll get to that in a second. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with Camelot. You know what, I've said it multiple times. I love Camelot, Arthur, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm really, really excited for that. Well, the fact is how the chapter ended with Meliscula, that looks so creepy. Like, the drawing, the artwork, it was so grim, but it was also kind of hype as well. And obviously, Nakaba Sensei, at the bottom of the page, says something about Ban has to make a decision. So we do know that it kind of clears things up on how Elaine's alive, because we were wondering, how the heck is she alive? Isn't Meliscula dead? So the fact that she's alive, you know, makes all sense right now. But obviously, Ban has to make a decision. Kill Meliscula, meaning he'll also be killing Elaine, or let her live and she can be causing more havoc and more destruction. So this is going to be really interesting. And I remember whilst catching up to Nanatsu no Taizai, that was one of my favourite story arcs. Like, the whole thing about Ban, Elaine, and Meliscula, all of that kind of stuff, and Elaine coming back alive. I really did love that. I really did enjoy that. So I'm really interested to see how, you know, it's going to develop with Ban's character even more. So guys, that's enough for me. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below, what you thought about this chapter. If you liked anything I had to say, please drop a like. That will be greatly appreciated. Now, what were your thoughts on this chapter? Did you find Elizabeth's reaction, you know, a little bit, what's the word, unexpected? I knew that she'd be happy to an extent because it's just like, oh, Meliodas has been with me all my life. But she really didn't seem to question or be curious about why Zale just kept saying like suffer and all that kind of stuff. So I want a bit more on that. I want a bit more on Elizabeth and Meliodas and them talking about the truth and all about the reincarnation and the curse. And we know that there's much more to it because Meliodas in the previous chapter said, I'm not ready to talk about it. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Shinigami Sam, peace out and goodbye.